Alrighty, folks, we are back here on day 4. The main focus today is to widen the hole here on the pulpit. Hopefully we can cut through deep enough to where we can get into the subfloor and then relocate all of the cables, the Ethercon cable, the cables for the TV and everything in the front, get that down through here, and then see what else we can get done. I did pick up some more cables to run another cable directly into Pastor Lucy's office. I think I might not do that, only because I believe that TV in the fellowship hall is a 720p TV. So I brought my up-down cross converter, and I'm going to put that on there to see, because if the signal comes up, that's what I think it is. So we'll keep that in here temporarily with the premise of most likely, because all of the TVs we have here are 4K ones, that'll probably move them to a bigger TV in that fellowship hall at a future time. But I think the other thing I will do is either leave that box in the closet that goes to that part of that TV that we ran, or we're going to, and I'll run a cable up in the ceiling and get it over there, or just run another cable back outside and run it on the outside of the church to get back to her side. That would be easier to make one hole that's already there. I wanted to have an independent line. I mean, well, I guess I always could come back and do that. But anyway, that's what we're going to focus on right now. So let me see if I can open up this. Oh, also, I brought the extra pieces to fix the outlet, the mic jack that's on the pulpit. So I have my long video a long time ago when I made my portable streaming system with the ATEM Television Studio HD. I had that extra keystone that had XLR couplers. So I'm going to take one of those, and don't worry about having to solder a new position there, and then take one of these long XLR cables that they have that I can remove and hopefully run up under the pulpit and connect that, and we can solve that issue. But let me get in here and get to work. All right, so, and I did a review for this thing a while ago, and I used to have this in my setup, but I don't really need it. So it's a good tool for situations like this. So I have the system turned on, and I am just going to disconnect. I need to set this to 720p and then hook this up to the TV to see if we get a signal. If we do, there's conclusive proof that that is a 720p TV. And honestly, I would probably suggest that they just put another 85 in here. That's a 4K TV, and that would solve the issue. But we have to set the dip switches on here to 720p. And we should get a signal. So let me do that, plug this in. And if you see an image there, then you know that is the cause of the problem. All right, so I went through every single input with this converter. It is set to 720p, and I'm still getting nothing on all of these. So I think either the HDMI module inside the TV is broken. That's what I personally think. So I can't even tell if it's a 720p or not, but it definitely is not working. So that kind of answers the question about what's going to happen with this TV. That's something I cannot solve right now. Well, I mean, I can solve it, but I just don't have an extra TV to put there. But anyway, let's go ahead and let them know the news, and then we'll focus on the floor and then the cabling and go from there. All right, folks, haven't been recording, but we've been making a lot of progress because I got a training net too. But let me show you what we got so far. Got a little bit of a mess, but we got our cables ran all the way from the back up here to the front. I got more than enough. I need to get another piece of conduit to cut across here. but I do have the TVs in the front connected, have the camera in the front connected. Was able to drill through down there, if you can see it. Ethercon is connected through the back here. I need to put my shelf in here and the brush plate through here. If we come around here, like I said, we got conduit going here, there. Got our cameras hooked up. I'm gonna climb back up under here and pull a new cable for that. But we got TVs up here. So based off of what's happening, looks like the TV in the back, it is damaged. None of the HDMIs work, so they're gonna go with another 85. That when I come back, I'm gonna order that and get that in place for them. And then at the same time, that's when I'll finish doing the cabling in that path for going into Pastor Lucy's office. Then also when we come back, I'm gonna disconnect this. That cable's gonna go away for right now for Sunday. These cables, I have a piece of conduit left over. I'm gonna tack that down so that they can actually use the system, the front, the back camera, and the sound system for Sunday. So that's what I gotta do. Trainer's gonna be here too. Next thing I need to do, I found the extra screw here that I dropped. I don't think I even recorded that, but I dropped it and I had to put a bunch of spacers, but I found another one, so that's secure. We're gonna put this cable here. I don't have the energy to climb back up under here, but we're gonna do another conduit. That hole is right there. We're gonna make another hole right here so that when we run up and come down, we'll come back in there. I mean, personally, I know it might sound tacky. I would love to do this on the other side of the men's bathroom because we're right there. And I may be able to, because I didn't realize that there was an access right here. I might pop up there and see what's going on, because I may be able to run them in the wall and then open up a plate on the other side so that I can, reach down and drill through the stud, and then we can put the cables all the way in the wall. May do that when we come back, but for right now, like I said, we're just going to tack this down so that it's up out of the way so that they can use the system, because they had their existing cameras going this way. I'm going to do the exact same thing for right now so they can get everything done. They'll be able to use everything. I might run that cable right in that direction so we don't have to come all the way here, so I can just come straight down, boom, right across, and then get that done. For right now, we can use their existing strip that they have right there to cover up the cables, and we'll run them in the pew so we'll get there. I'm gonna do that, and then I also need to secure the cable outside. I did run another RG6, but it fell back down in the hole, and I don't feel like climbing back down there and getting that. So if I need to, that would be another cable that's dedicated to go to Pastor Lucy's office, which may be possible because I got everything in that corner and it looks like it's something already going up in the ceiling. So I may be able to go that way and find that path over there. But again, that's not for today. I got everything accomplished what I needed to. Let's just get this stuff out of the way, go out, anchor in the cables, push in all the access. And I need to order some more grommets like I had to cover up the holes, to seal those up. But I'm sorry for not recording. We were just on a time crunch, and then I'm probably not going to do my live stream tomorrow just because I'm sore. My knee is hurting. I don't know what's going on with the knee right now. If I put a lot of weight on it, it just hurts right below my patella, my kneecap. So hopefully just going to rest a little bit and then sleep in, because my flight, I got to be at the airport at 5 p.m. on Friday. So I'll probably just sleep in just to try and, gain some energy. But let's go ahead and put these cables up out of the way, tack this stuff down, and then go outside, do that, and then get ready for, I still got to pull the cable in the front. I need to do that. But anyway, let's knock this stuff out, and probably not going to do a lot of recording because, like I said, I'm busy. I'll probably just do a time lapse or something like that so y'all can see what's going on, but we got some work to do. Let's go. Alrighty, folks, we just finished doing up some training. We're definitely going to have to come back just to do some cabling for a couple of places, but let me show you what we did to help transform the video and audio ministry, media ministry here at Cypress Baptist Church. All right, so when we get started here, we have the entrance, a 65-inch. Originally, they were going to hook a dongle or a thumb drive to play announcements. We're going to do that. Might recommend doing a Yodeck for them. We did that a long time ago for some digital signage, but they also want to have a feed here. So we're going to run another HDMI cable here. So they do have an option of HDMI number 1 for digital signage, HDMI number 2 for inside the sanctuary. Now inside the sanctuary, as you can see, we have two 75s up there that are connected directly to the ATEM. And when I get back in front of the computer, I'll show you everything how we matched the design that we did. We have our house sound going in. We have the wedges separated. The speaker for the choir, it looks like there was an issue under the floor. So when we come back, we'll knock that out as well too. Turning around, we have a 20X AVCANS LV20N. Right there, 20XPTZ. We also have an 85-inch here. That's going to be the confidence monitor for everybody on the pulpit. We have another 20X to the left for a side shot. This is where we're going to run cables up into the ceiling and route those over with the new HDMI cable and these. These cables are here temporary just so they can get everything for Sunday, but we got from there. Going back to the front, we also have another camera here in the front that can give a straight on shot. Now, Pastor Lucy's office, as well as the fellowship hall, looks like the TV was having a problem. So we're going to put another 85 back here, but we do have cables ran on the outside. That's going to be connected up here. We have the SDI to HDMI converter that's going to be here. Then we're going to run either go up in the ceiling or wrap around the building. We have whichever one to get into Pastor Lucy's office. That's a new TV that we hung in there as well. Let's pop in here real quick. And because to get the cables up off the floor, it's not connected, but we do have her set up and it looks like the cable dropped. I need to wrap that cable back so it's hidden back behind there. But we got that done. Got a remote for that. Coming back out here. Let's go back over here. We ran a new cable for the pulpit, but it looks like the pulpit mic is damaged. So we're going to change out that and put a new gooseneck there. This is where all the fun was down there, climbing up under there. We ran all of our cables in the crawl space here. We made a new canal. We're going to tighten up all those. I'm going to get a cable wrap to cover those up, but we have those. We got enough cable left over. We're going to, once we get our final runs, put some more conduit here, come down, and then wrap that. We have our S16, S32 here. I ordered some mounts for the GTD audio, then we'll rack mount that, and then we'll have our pass-through plate to tidy up the cables, but that is now tied into the house system that they have as well too. We got our cables wrapped there, going into the back of the TVs. So the electrician put a new electrical line here. That's what we have the cables running here. We're going to put a grommet here to cover that up. When we come back for that, same way is on the other side right there. So now we also, by moving their sound, also real quick, we did run internet hardline. We ran outside into the crawl space that's fed into the back as well too. And what we did by moving their sound system, now we've moved them to an X32 compact with the S32 as a digital snake here. We have them with an ATEM in the extreme. We have our rack mount here, our PoE switch for everything back here. Also got them an Android tablet for controlling. And for the X32. We mimicked everything on their existing board and moved it over here. And I think that's about it. So let me go ahead and go to the computer and we just show how we mapped that originally. Again, Cypress Baptist Church, thank you so much. I don't know if y'all remember, I was actually going to Runnymede at first a couple of years ago, and I came to this church by mistake. And it's kind of funny how it worked out that we ultimately ended up doing some stuff here. But again, thank you for the opportunity to help y'all out with your media ministry and upgrade y'all and give y'all some more to empower your media ministry to reach out and expand the reach of what y'all do, as well as enhance what y'all are doing here at the ministry. But let's go ahead and cut over the computer. Let's match everything what we did. Was there anything we had to change? Did we match everything that we did? We're obviously going to enhance some stuff because we're going to be back to finish other stuff and do the other TV. But let's go ahead and get home and let's go in front of the computer. All right, folks. So it's the next day. When I got home, I passed out and I wanted to knock this out and put this video up before I flew out to Hartford. But let's go ahead and take a look at everything that we did at Cypress. And I just realized the entire time I was spelling Cypress wrong. And I noticed it on one of the thumbnails and I went and updated that. And I'm like, oh, I've been spelling it wrong the entire time. But anyway, looking over here, let's just follow through with what we did. So we have a presentation system connected, our A10 Mini Extreme, all of our cameras connected over fiber optic HDMI, USB out from the X32 going into the A10 for a live stream mix. We have the Ethercon ran in the crawl space going to the S32 stage box where the old sound system used to be. We do have our BV Tech PoE switch under the desk that powers the cameras and gives internet to everything as well as a joystick. What I'm probably going to do is put another switch, maybe like a 4-port switch here so that, and actually let me just do this. This is what I'm probably going to do when I get back there. So this is going to be just a 4-port switch. And if I can spell switch right. So what's going to happen is instead of this line coming from the internet directly, and this it saves me from having to crawl back up under there, we're going to plug that into this switch that's always going to stay on. And then we will run that into the PoE switch. And then the computer, come on now. The computer is going to come from that switch. So this way the computer will always have internet access. So because they were asking AJ when, and I hate that this is getting in my way. They were asking how often should they shut the computer off. I don't believe in shutting the computer off at all because there's not a lot of moving parts and it lets it do updates throughout the week. By doing this, everything will stay on, but the computer will still have internet access. And that's simple. I'll go ahead and do that. We got the feed coming from the computer for input number 4. Got our cameras, our multi-view. That's going out to our hub. Our hub is going to a HDMI to SDI converter. I have 2 cables up under the floor. So instead of it coming here, there's another cable that's going to go directly into Pastor Lucy's office. So that's already done. We are now replacing this TV. That's an 85 that I just ordered. And I'll be picking that up on Thursday and be driving down there to pick that up and install that. That should solve that issue. It's the exact same one that we put in the back of the church. And I don't know why I had this. We don't have a front PoE switch because we were able to run everything. So we don't need that at all. So all of the cameras are connected directly to the switch in the back. So the plan worked. We got everything done. We did have a couple of enhancements. One of the other things that I didn't do that is the other thing they wanted to enhance. So in the entrance, we are going to do I was going to say YOLO box, a Yodeck.
Raspberry Pi that we've done a long time ago, we're going to have that connected so that it can do digital signage. But they also want it to be like, hey, if we're going to do this, we might as well run a cable to that. So we're for the feed. So we're going to run another cable from the HDMI splitter to the TV so that it can, by pressing HDMI number 2, it will get the exact same feed from the sanctuary, but HDMI 1 will be the digital signage. And by doing it that way, they can go to a web page no matter where and update that instead of having to put stuff on a thumb drive and change the thumb drive. So those are the things that we're going to be adding, and we'll put and that's the wrong color. I don't want to do that. I don't even know if they have an icon for that. Yeah, they don't have one for that, but we're gonna put a dongle on the back of the TV so it can do that. So, like I said, thank you so much, Cypress Baptist Church. For the best if I can, I'm gonna put a link down below to everything that we use. I know YouTube gets funny sometimes when I put lists of icons and items and stuff like that, so I don't want to inundate that. That's why most of the time you don't see me put a lot of stuff on there. But just know, if you ever need any help, you can go to ajhomes.com/consultations. We do on-site, like that's what we're getting ready to do right now, and fly out this evening to Hartford. But we do travel, but you can go to my website, set up a consultation for an on-site phone call, Zoom, Google Meet, whatever, for us to help you get your stuff straight. So if you like the type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell. That way you get notified we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ. Catch you on the next video. Later.